This guy.
I just jump in the lava. No, they should have the stars and striped.
I'll take the stars and striped bear.
Oh, that would just. You can find one hero I have and just scrap him. And just like, okay, 130. I need that 130 right now.
I need to make a topic on Reddit and say, could you bring the stars and striped bear, please? Because we even have the
that can be urban
banner.
assault.
We already have the banner for it.
You can be urban assault.
I'd rather him be a raider, but it's okay.
There is too many raiders already. We have like 3 raiders.
What's like a rare soldier? They don't use the shock trooper renegade. He could be a shock trooper renegade.
No one uses him anyway though.
Shock trooper's good though.
You know the drill. We're ready to expand again. When you're ready to start the fight, select.
Hey, what's up everyone, and welcome back. My name is Illustrate, and today we will be doing Twine Peaks Storm Shield Defense 2, but with a twist. We won't be using any walls around the objective, and we won't even be using any traps other than defender pads and floor tiles that are blank or just have my base laying on them. We won't be using anything else but weapons, and myself, the character I'm playing, which is a demolisher, will be using rockets, and definitely you can believe I'm gonna wreck it. Anyways, what makes the Demolisher class so special, which 8-bit demo, if you didn't know, is a reskin of the Demolishers you can get out of the current Blockbuster Llamas for the moment until Horde Bash comes out, are also known as Challenge the Horde. Anyway, what makes them special is the durability. They don't lose durability. They lose, I think it's 60% less durability on rocket launchers. I want to say just rocket launchers, but I think it's other weapons too. If it's anything like the support specialist, but I'll get more into what the support specialist does, which is a soldier, in just a moment. But back to the Demolisher, 60% less durability loss every time you fire a, I believe it's rocket launcher, I believe it specifies, but a weapon, we'll just say a weapon, while standing on tiles covered by your base ability. The base ability for constructors is like a layer of force field that's put over your structure when you put down this your ability, and that layer makes the structure glow in like this energy kind of glow, this bright glow. It lights it up, and if you stand on tiles covered by that base, you could just sit there and just spam rockets all day. But that's what makes them so cool. I mean, look at that damage though. And mind you, I don't think many classes could pull off, well, I mean, I have a Dragon Scorch in the party, but I don't think many classes could pull off a Storm Shield defense with no traps and no walls besides the Demolisher Constructor. Now, later on in the game, when the enemies for Storm Shield defenses are 130s, you're going to want some walls and some traps to slow down the big guys that have a lot of HP. But right now, me and one of my friends are kind of overpowered. We've leveled faster than the content, And I'd always say that it's better to be overpowered than underpowered. I mean, if you get my drift. So anyway, all you do with this constructor is you make sure that you build tiles and then you put your base down on it. So the best missions for this constructor would be any mission that allows you to sit at a distance and shoot enemies. And since storm shields always have the enemies coming from only one side at a time, that makes this mission even more perfect for a constructor. I'm also using drones. I don't know how many of the teammates are using drones. I think there's only a couple of us using drones, but drones really help out with defenses, and having some good rockets helps too. I'm using the quad launcher. For those that aren't familiar, the quad launcher shoots a big missile at the target. I should say a rocket. I want to say missile. It holds 4 missiles and it shoots at the target, and when it hits, whatever it hits, it sets on fire with napalm, and that target and whatever other targets step into that napalm, they take damage over time, and they're kind of stunned and pushed back momentarily. So it's really clutch in situations where you have like a choke point set up and you don't want the enemies to pass through that choke point. Like for instance, if all the enemies came from down bottom right there where that spawn is, then you could just kind of sit up here and just kind of spam the floors with the napalm, and they wouldn't be able to progress up further. But of course they spawn on the side, and it looks like that smasher's going away. I don't want him to go. Oh, somebody left up some wooden walls. We forgot to tear those ones down. But it's okay, they don't have any traps whatsoever, and it doesn't look like those wooden walls are set up properly to stop enemies. And even if they were, I mean, they're level 1, you're not gonna have a hard time bashing them down. Oh, this is perfect because the quad launcher's fire and we're getting nature smashers. And look, not only does it stun them, but I mean, you could pretty much stun lock them if you just keep. So it's like perfect for this class. The durability is not the greatest on the quad launcher, so having this class with its 60%, I think it's 60% durability reduction while on the base is pretty good. Currently in the support slot I have reload speed from Marine Corps Ramirez. You can also get reload speed from support specialist Hawk. So they're a really good choice for this class. And those two soldiers also have an ability called There Are Many Like Us. It used to be at level 18 and it used to give, I think, 100% durability reduction. So it wouldn't lose any, like your weapons wouldn't lose any durability while Warcry was active. And then they nerfed it and they moved that ability, There Are Many Like Us, or There Aren't Many Like Us, or something like that, to level 30, and now it does less reduction, but that class is also good at shooting targets with rockets every so often that their war cry is up for 10 seconds. But I mean, 10 seconds is nothing compared to how long I can stand on this base. I can even get targets that are standing way back there with it, just with the fire damage with the napalm. So good. It's so good. It's so, like, it's underrated, but I don't want to like overrate it too at the same time. It's a fun weapon for me, at least. Although there are more powerful. Ooh, good shot. This shotgunner. My shotgunner is using the Vendor Tech shotgun, by the way. I can't remember. Oh, the Disintegrator. That's what it's called. I can remember the name today. So this is a fun mission to try out the Demolisher on. They're good in other missions. if you're far enough away from an encampment, you can set down some tiles and set your base on it. You can just sit there and spam rockets and grenades at the encampment, and that would make a good mission for this constructor too. You might even see more people playing constructor during that mission. This constructor also has decoy, which is just fantastic. I mean, it even says on the little guide of how to play them, like each card, at the bottom of each card, it has like a little description, a brief description on how to play the character. This one says to use decoy to group up enemies and then, you know, shower them with rockets. But that's unnecessary right now. I do use it sometimes to get like a smasher off of the objective briefly, because that little bit of time that the smasher turns around and leaves your walls, you can take advantage of it. Now, I don't recommend you launching rockets into trap tunnels that have a bunch of propanes moving about inside of them, because you'll just blow up the trap tunnel. So you got to be wary when using this class, and realize that with great power, because they're very powerful with that perk, comes great responsibility. Now, how many eggs do I have out on the floor? It looks 1, 2, 3. I think you're only supposed to be able to have 6, but it looked like I had like 8 just sitting down there, which was weird. Unless somebody else is using an egg launcher, but I don't think so. So, what I'd recommend for your loadout, for your what you should slot for your support and your tactical slots, would be for the support slot. I recommend slotting a character with reload speed. Like I mentioned, the support specialist earlier. At level 30, a support specialist gives your character, I believe, 30% faster reload speed. And then for the tactical, you can do several things. It depends on, you know, the mission. You could slot power base knocks, and your base will heal structures over time, which always wonderful since your structures are being attacked. And if you're inside a building, the lobbers will target you because you're being annoying with your rockets, so to speak. So having power base knocks would be useful in that situation, along with traps that heal structures or give structures higher health. Next up, heavy base from the neon event would be useful because you could blast the husks that walk onto your floors, and it'll do the large explosion after every 30 husks that are destroyed on top of your floors while the base is up. So that could be useful. But what also could be useful is when you're in storm shields, if you use a trailblazer, Quinn, and she makes you move faster on floors, on all player built floors anyway. And well, that's about the end of the video. If you liked what you saw here today, be sure to hit that subscribe button, tap that subscribe button, and smash that subscribe button.